power to save lives is within you. Donate plasma and get paid for your time.
Right, okay, so basically, while in this poker event, Ethan finds a post about Anissa being particularly
Anissa,
he audibly
sounds like
says,
a
"Oh God," and then screenshots the post
hard
in order to save
criminal
content later. Now, this was the post here. It's an Instagram story by Anissa. I just got my puss laser hair removal done by this place. It was so painless. I'm sad I waited so long to do it, but she's amazing. If you are in the Edmonton area, I highly recommend her. So yeah, it seems like a promotion for laser hair removal in the area, in the private area. And yeah, just a cringy post by Anissa. And that's why Ethan was saying, "Oh God." Now, the clip that was going viral, obviously, it looks bad on the surface, but there's a perfectly reasonable explanation for this. I'm actually going to be defending Ethan. You know why? Because believe it or not, all content creators do this, okay? I do this shit sometimes. Basically, sometimes you're outside and, for example, you're in the gym and you're scrolling between sets or something, and then I find some content on my feed. So then I bookmark it or I screenshot it for later so I can use it for content. And it's actually a pretty normal thing to do for a content creator. And he's basically just doing his job there. Yes, I will admit it is a little weird when it's like caught like that, but sometimes a post is just too good. And that is one of them that clarify, right? I've screenshotted many a post that later appears in my video because you can't remember to put it in, right? And this has basically shown me that Ethan is a man like me, a dedicated hater. We are dedicated to the craft that is internet drama. He was obviously not gooning. That was not even like a gooning picture or something. He could just fucking buy her OnlyFans for $2, right? $2.50. And he wouldn't, obviously, because he has a wife and he's not that type of guy. But basically, the Hassan orbiters are desperately trying to twist this into some scandalous story. Right here we got Reddit. You can audibly hear him go, "Oh God, Lamau, I caught that too." Is that the post where she said she lasered her pee-pee? Yeah, it was. And yeah, that post is freaking insane. And the kind of post, if you didn't like somebody, you would meme on them for. 100% he was sending it or wants to make fun of it at some point on his stuff. This wasn't weird in the way people are trying to make it out. Just weird in the dedicated hater way. Honestly, this grew my respect for Ethan 10 times over. Because this basically showed he's exactly like us, alright? He's not doing this for the money. He is in it for the love of the game. And that's why he's working on his time off, right? Absolute legend. Ethan is the undisputed and self-described hater-ass bitch. So yeah, I was definitely making fun of her. Yeah, for some reason I thought the title meant he was zooming in on the chick's chest across the table from him and taking a picture. Yeah, it's almost as if the person who posted this was trying to make Ethan look as bad as possible and prime people to have the worst possible interpretation in their heads or something. You see, Ethan had to do a double take. He's like, I gotta show this to the group chat. It is absolutely a post that I would send to my friends. Like, just be like, look at this fucking psycho dumb bitch. Right, so the Hassan cockroaches have descended on Twitter. Ethan Klein caught zooming in on a picture of Anissa ? This freak is medically unwell. 31k likes. Anissa responded, I regret checking the internet before going to bed. I'm sorry you have to deal with this absolutely beyond deranged freak. We got the 37-year-old unemployed reject Hassan fan. Ew, what an absolute psycho. He's a sick, sick man. Mike from PA! Jesus Christ, he's a pathetic loser. I'm sorry. Anytime this guy tries to speak, play the clip.
I think that's fine. So if a guy pays for my tab,
I think I'm getting your attention. I feel like I touched like a vampire touching holy water.
can I help you?
Bro, you do not get to call anyone a pathetic loser for the rest of your life. That is you for eternity. Clear as day, he's obsessed with the people he stalks. No wonder he's always attacking her and not iDubbbz.
Like from Palace.
What are you talking about? He's always attacking iDubbbz as well. Also, this just shows how much he loves just absolutely shitting on these people. And like, he has the same mindset as me, is that like, we love this. This gives us life, you know? This is like one of our greatest hobbies of all time. Like, I would rather do this than actually play video games and watch TV shows. It's unironically that fun for me. Creepy ass PDF file, dude's freaking insane. Who's even inviting his genocide-loving ass to these events? This is even more pathetic and creepy than him only following Hassan on Twitch. Bro is focused on the wrong queen. This is normal behavior of misogynistic men, especially when their hatred turns into a psychosexual obsession. Oh my god, dude. The conspiracy theories are gonna go out the window with this. I will say this is just like a really unfortunate clip, but as I said, there's a perfectly reasonable explanation for this. Anyways, so the Hassan Brigade has been unleashed. Another supporter has come out of the woodworks. This time, Caroline Kwan, and she is basically another politically brain-rotted individual, constantly dick-riding Hassan, defending him, sharing his unhinged politics. Caroline Kwan calls out Ethan Klein's Anissa Jomha obsession, says she feels bad for his kids. Interesting. Had nothing to say about the CPS call, but now she feels bad for his kids.
The stands will still find a way to defend it, but you're wrong. It's indefensible. If this is what he does when he's on camera, you know, you can only imagine the level of obsession when he's off camera. Like, if Will, also the this beef that he has with Anissa is so absurd. But if Will had some beef with some woman, okay, first of all, I'd be like, goodbye. What's your fucking problem here? What's going on?
Dude, I love how Hassan orbiters quite literally have negative IQ. It's insane. They cannot even make any good arguments at all. I mean, she's struggling to even get out a sentence at this point. So there she was talking about Will. She's referring to Will Neff, her boyfriend or some shit. If he had beef with the woman, she would instantly leave. Now that already shows you how completely insane she is. So without evaluating the situation at all, she would instantly leave. She is pretty much that psycho type who's believe all women, you know, the Pokimane type, who basically operate on complete emotions and zero logic at all. So basically, if a woman came and just shot him in the leg 6 times for no reason, and now he has beef with her, obviously, Caroline here is just gonna leave. Because how dare you? How dare you have beef with a woman? Women are completely infallible. How dare you? How dare you? Also, she goes, it is indefensible. Okay, what is indefensible? Taking a screenshot of a humiliating post.
That was close.
Anissa. That is
There is a way
indefensible.
faster.
What do you mean? He's literally doing his job. He's working overtime. Bro, if you're a viewer of Ethan and you saw this, you should double your fandom. You should double your support because he's literally working overtime. This is commendable. Professional haters. Dude, recently I met some fans nearby where I live and it was so fun. Like, they would bring up the dumbest fucking Hassan clips, some of which I've like forgotten, and we just die laughing together. They literally pulled up the South Vietnamese clip on their phone, like, as their entry point into the conversation. It was so fucking funny.
Fuck this South Vietnamese. Why don't you go back and live in South Vietnam in the same conditions?
Absolute legends. Shout out to you guys, by the way. And this is how we bond, okay? Over our mutual dislike of complete internet psychopaths. Just a little bit of common sense goes a long way, you know?
Damn.
So in classic Hassan Orbiter fashion, she randomly starts talking about misogyny and women, and she somehow starts playing victim.
What's your fucking problem here? What's going on? But second of all, if he were on camera zooming in on someone who he's clearly been obsessing over for quite some time, now.
Oh my gosh, that was cool.
You are unwell, and I would not. I don't want to be with you. This is really creepy. It's really gross. I don't care that you don't like this woman. You need to get a fucking life. Yeah, especially when you're married with kids. It's like, what the fuck are you doing? I am very familiar with misogynists calling me
Very
calling me
few
all
are
sorts
misogynist.
all sorts of what they, you know.
You know, it can seem that way in chats, though. It does seem that way.
A woman.
Okay, with all due respect, what the fuck are you even
It
talking
does
about?
seem
Like,
that way.
am I wrong?
When you're going on like an online chat, it does.
So you say
There are
a
a lot.
bunch of stupid, nonsensical shit, And then when people call you stupid for it, you're like, it's because I'm a woman. No, you don't understand. It's because you're stupid, right? There's a big difference between smart women and stupid women. And you are unfortunately in the dumbass big category, right? It's an embarrassment. They are embarrassed of you. The smart women are embarrassed of you. Also, can somebody tell me, like a Caroline Kwan fan, the fucking 2 Caroline Kwan fans in the world, what is she even talking about? How did she make this about her? This was supposed to be about Ethan. Now, you can say that the clip is weird or it's obsessive. Sure, that's your opinion. But like, why are you grandstanding over misogyny now? That has nothing to do with anything. Also, nobody points out that Ethan literally hates iDubbbz equally, right? So it's not like he's sexist or something. He hates both of them because they both completely backstabbed him. So then she does the most annoying virtue signaling ever. She's like, I feel bad for the kids. I'm concerned about the kids.
And they think it's a way to end me and to put me in my place and remind me that I'm actually not a human being. I'm simply an object for them to play with and to treat however they want to. I feel bad for the kid. I only feel bad for the kids in this instance. Yeah, because the thing is too, and what happened that I was talking about the same thing? I can't remember, but essentially when you are a person who's a public figure and you have kids, guess what? Those kids are on the internet. And if they're too young to be on the internet,
I might agree.
And so not only are they probably learning these behaviors at home, they're also seeing their parent or parents or whoever,
Oh my gosh, I actually...
figure it is, behaving like this.
Yeah, that's not enough, right?
And
yeah, no, I need it below 50.
It's vile, and their friends see it. Yeah, their friends see this kind of stuff. Finding out that this is what your dad was doing when you were growing up. IG story incoming. Who, on me? I don't care.
Oh, I should have.
It's his favorite thing to do. It's what he gets off on. So let him make IG stories. What is he going to call me, a Chinese honeypot again? Is he going to be racist and misogynistic again? Great, go for it.
Time for Curry from half court. Repetition, again and again and again. I hit the three at the buzzer.
Bro, there's no way these people are talking about Ethan's kids. Are you actually kidding me? iDubbbz and Anissa were literally justifying the CPS call on Ethan's kids over an internet argument. The entire reason this beef has escalated so much is because you deranged snarkers called CPS on Ethan and his family. And he had to actually fight back, had to actually clear his name, and you guys constantly slander him over and over and over again, calling him a genocide supporter when he's just not, calling his wife a baby killer, doing all this horrible shit. I mean, he's quite literally suing 4 of you guys: Casey Tron Denims, Fruggan, Noah Sampson. I mean, if you want to get added onto the list, be my guest. But seriously, don't give me the shit of, oh, I care about his kids, I'm concerned about his kids. Shut the hell up. You had no concern when they were trying to take his literal kids away based on some made up internet bullshit. It's so ridiculous. And honestly, already from the short clip, I understand why people call you names, and it has nothing to do with the fact that you're a woman. It's because you are exceptionally stupid and constantly misunderstand the situation. We'll do a poll. Women in the comments, is she part of the squad? Surely not, right? By the way, just look at her chat. She has the audacity to call other people misogynist. You're literally a misandrist, and your audience is a bunch of man-haters. His Zionist wife has something to say about this? Beyond mentally unwell. Men. All of his beefs are one-sided. Men? Can you imagine existing just hating 50% of the population? I mean, hates men and probably hates all, like, Republicans or conservatives. Right?
Oh no, world population, it is
70-80% of the population.
I guess it is.
It's such a sad life. People responded, she has one of my favorite stream sessions of all time, when NMP and Milena sat down with her and she tried to explain the Middle East to them, and Nick just accidentally asked her about 10 questions she either got wrong or very wrong. This chick is a regard. Yeah, there was a clip going viral about her history knowledge, and let's just say it ain't the best. Will Neff literally effed Destiny's ex-wife Milena. Also admits that he prefers that. Okay, she doesn't want to smoke. Okay, I don't know what random ass lore this is, but I don't really care to go into it. She's just a narcissist. Somehow in the middle of this, it becomes all about her and the things men call her. This woman would get lost in a paper bag. Caroline is the female Wake Wilder. They just ramble about shit no one gives two F's about. Yeah, I'm gonna value the political opinions of a failed actress, Hassan Dick Rider, privileged upbringing. The thought Palestinians existed during the era of Jesus Christ. What? Did she say that? It's always the regards without kids, bringing children into the beefs, and speaking as if they have any experience being a parent at all. Please
That's what Muslim.
your kids, you may or may not have. Don't see the terrorist support
In Palestine,
with. If Will had
a
something
British
to ruin,
country,
first of all, I'd
or territory, not
doubt it, lol. You didn't even leave him when he cheated on you with Destiny's
1970.
wife. What the hell is this lore? Like, half of these
I don't know how it's.
are involved with Destiny.
I know that is.
Didn't Denims like wanna F Destiny as well? Like, what is going on, bro? Ethan has a happy family in a house in Beverly Hills with a few successful businesses. Making fun of someone who stabbed you in the back is no big deal. He's not obsessed, she's projecting.
I think like the Messiah is kind of
Hasanabi calls to violence, people doing OF, political revolution is doxing innocent
not gonna
people.
happen.
Another performance, another regard.
For Judaism at least. For Christians, I don't think it happened.
I-dubs. So now he's talking about Ethan and how he's going to be.
But for Judaism, it's actually crazy the threshold. Like everyone needs to revive from the dead. That's not even possible.
Touches his own kids.
So like the Messiah's never coming.
Baseless bullshit accusations that iDubbbz promoted and had full screen basically endorsing, trying to slander Ethan.
Oh, that was
Reminder,
a bad.
the content cop guy, right? The facts guy, the logics guy, completely out the window. Time is a interesting thing. iDubbbz explains why he's generally moving on from Ethan Klein, apologizes for signal boosting the Destiny comment. Dude, I swear he said he's moving on from Ethan like 50 times by now.
I've said kind of all I wanted to say with the content comp. That's usually my strategy. Is like, this is my opinion. Take it or leave it. I would do a follow-up video, but generally I want to fucking move on, live my life. With having the Legume on, I've been indulging the dark side a little too much. I have my own principles, my own values, and I'm like, it allowed me to roll around in the pig shit a little bit more. And there's aspects of that I like, but it's not really like, it doesn't super align with my principles. I think one of the things that sort of woke me up a little bit is like, okay, wait a minute, I need to take a step back. It's the thing about Ethan and his kids. That was one of those where I was like, oh man, I think I stepped too far out with this one, where it's like,
Nice. Oh, not that good.
We know the reason that I
can easily
showed you.
Oh, but I don't need to. Nice.
About Ethan and his kids.
Nice. Okay, I can finally move on.
He's a piece of shit, and he has bad intentions.
Yes. Oh wait, let me see.
Not going easy on Denims, Frogan, Casey Tron, Noah, many others, right?
Right, he's going easy on him. So,
28.
calling him a PDF file who touches his own children.
Okay, so I'm good.
Bro, you are fucking delusional. This is just beyond CT.
Oh no, it's 50.
What a horrible way to prove a point. To put baseless slander full screen, essentially endorse it the entire
Basically
time,
60. Okay, I can go to the next.
As a mentally ill British dragon. Honestly, you're just a piece of shit, and you kind of deserve everything that's happened to you. I mean, I'm at least glad.
Wait, I remember this. There was this type of dragon.
More than any of the other Asan orbiters would do, who never admit they're wrong. And Casey Tron doesn't count, considering she was probably forced to do that. But he also acts like that is the only thing he got wrong. But the fact of the matter is, the whole content cop and everything he's been doing all this time has just been horrible. And I'm convinced that is something that he will look back on later on in life and be absolutely ashamed, kind of like he is now. And like, I don't know what the excuse is anymore. You're 35, right? Your brain is fully developed. I mean, maybe at 40, you'll learn another fucking basic life lesson that everybody knows. And I mean, is it any surprise that he wants to move on now? You lost, okay? You're a loser. You completely got destroyed on the internet, in the marketplace of ideas, in the internet content sphere. And now you're like, well, I want to move on. Yeah, I would want to move on too after I fucking lost, didn't I? Also, this terminal copium of it doesn't align with my principles. So, I mean, what are these principles? Because you have no problem aligning yourself with Hassan, and he's a man of no fucking morals. Anyways, so then he says that he's sorry, apologizes to Ethan. I mean, it's been a long time coming.
And that was my reason for showing it. But I was like, you know, after reflecting a little bit more, I'm like, ugh. I do not want to roll around this pig shit. It's not within my principles to put that online. I don't want to spread that because it's just negative and it's not true. I don't believe it. It didn't feel right. So that's why I'm like, you know, trying to take a step back from the scorched legume stuff and not roll around the pig shit. So I'm sorry. I'm sorry to Ethan and Ethan's family for putting that nasty Destiny comment out there. I felt like it was an okay thing to do based on the point I was making, but gross shit shouldn't be spread like that. It's hard, man. It's hard because they fucking chat shit all the time, and it's like, oh, how do I engage? Well, I have to be nasty back. It's tough. It's tough. From what I've seen, it seems like their podcast has slowed down with the specific harassment, publicized harassment, intentional harassment against Anissa and I. I guess what they do in their free time is up to them, but I need to move on. I need to do other shit. I understand how hard it is to get attention online when you're not relying on kind of the easy shit. And the easy shit is like rolling around in drama.
Oh, okay, so drama is just like easy shit, obviously. So surely if iDubbbz were to do drama, he would be able to pull views. Except, no, he constantly takes part in drama, and he's still completely falling off, and is no motion at all. Buddy, I think at a certain point, you gotta accept that you just suck, okay? You were a good content creator far in the past, okay? You've completely lost the skill. You have been brainwashed by your Dementor wife. At this point, you're just bad at entertaining people, okay? You need to be a good entertainer to get views. You're just not. You're complete ass. Drama, no drama. You could do any content and you would completely fail. Anyways, I do appreciate the apology he's given. I mean, he only apologized for that specific comment, but I'll take what I can get here. It shows that he does have a little bit of light in that dark ass heart. In that corrupted heart of his, there is a little bit of goodness fighting to survive and actually come through. Actually making him feel a little bit of guilt. Maybe somebody in his circle told him, hey, you probably shouldn't call this guy a PDF file who touches his children based on absolutely nothing, because that's kind of messed up. And a theory that people are floating around is that iDubbbz doesn't want to get sued. He saw Ethan launch another lawsuit, and iDubbbz putting up comments like that, that stuff is very easy to sue. So he might be trying to scale back and apologize to avoid like legal trouble. And it's so pathetic, these Hassan orbiters constantly going after Ethan. Dude, I think I've been defending him for like over a year now, from the constant lies. Like episode 1 of the series was iDubbbz's content cop, right? And finally we're getting some sort of resolution, an apology, an entire fucking year later. I mean, it wasn't even an apology for that, so, you know, we're still waiting for that. But at least it's a confirmation that we were on the right side of history this entire time. It's like the Hassan fans who 8 months later finally admit that he shocked his dog. Like a true coward, he admits to hiding behind his dragon character to give himself the courage to mudsling the most heinous allegations, knowing full well it's all bullshit. Kick rocks, bozo. You get what you frickin' deserve. And I speak for the entire internet when I say no one is interested in a redemption arc. For most of us, it's easy to not become a big piece of shit like he did. Rest in peace, bozo. He got his shit pushed in for months, now he's moving on. Okay, buddy. So was he threatened with some kind of lawsuit, or did he finally realize he's broke and his far-left audience is no longer large enough to sustain his style? What's the reason he's backing down now? Yeah, I mean, maybe. I attacked a man that was my friend and I partook in an attempt at destroying his life. I'm friends with people that tried to take his children away. But now I want to go on and live my life. Leave me alone, guys. Moving on to Hassan, still haunted by Dogtober7. Hassan goes back and forth with the chatter who accused him of being a dog abuser.
Today, we're gonna just let these guys just scream in the chat. I don't give a fuck. My chat logs are permanent. Lemon Fayal. I came to say f this animal abuser, brother. I don't know who duped you or how hard they duped you, but that dog back there.
This should be over.
Sleeping.
Nice.
Better life than you. Okay. I don't know if it's because you're like, oh, you're an ideological opponent of mine, and it's a much easier way to fucking say to falsely claim that you're a dog abuser.
Oh, that.
Or if you genuinely think that I am a dog abuser, I don't know. But let me tell you something, okay? Yes, I'm famous. Oh, that's all this was?
Okay, I mean, that guy's weird, obviously. He's fishing for attention, he's trolling. But dude, you can make all of this go away by simply admitting the truth that you shocked your dog. Just say, I messed up, I won't do it again. You can admit you made a mistake. You don't have to constantly lie, dude. It's ridiculous. It's weighing on you. You're having mental breakdowns regularly. It's time to let go. You can't hold it back anymore. Never forget this guy's dog yelped out in pain because she caught her dukla on the bed and he dead stared her and called her a baby. Piece of shit. Normal people don't do that. Lying is OP. Moving on to Hassan beefing with Nick Shirley. Quick context. Hassan went to Cuba to do his poverty tourism. He peppered people with wads of cash while in a $5,000 outfit, staying in a 5-star hotel, consuming electricity, invited by the government to do propaganda and promote communism. Meanwhile, Nick also went to Cuba and basically alleged that they were trying to imprison him for reporting the truth. So they started beefing on Twitter. Hassan called him a medically stupid person. I obviously don't believe this even a little bit, but it's ominous that this medically stupid dickhead is going to Cuba to manufacture propaganda for what I assume will be additional US intervention.
Yeah, it's weird because I did the same shit and I went to Cuba and I did not have an experience anywhere near whatever the fuck he's talking about. They're gonna forcibly make Nick Shirley literate, dude. That's funny, chatter.
And Hassan has responded to this interview now. Hassan responds to Nick Shirley calling out his Cuba trip on Glenn Beck.
I don't know if you know who, I'm sure you do, Hassan Piker is. But he responded to you and says, I obviously don't believe this even a little bit. This is your last post. You know, that went to Cuba to document the humanitarian crisis, blah, blah, blah. I don't even buy this a little bit. But it is ominous that this medically stupid, he called you a foul name, is going to Cuba to manufacture propaganda for what I assume
I actually
U.S. intervention.
Got further than
Well, he's the same person who went to Cuba with Ilhan Omar's daughter to promote how it was taking communism inside of Cuba.
Please tell me he's gonna respond to this now and be like, I'm not stupid.
So he actually went on a paid trip.
A paid trip? Yeah, paid. I paid for it, motherfucker. What do you mean a paid trip?
Organization to go to Cuba. Yet he saw what I saw with my own 2 eyes, and he thought it's still a good idea to promote communism and socialism inside of a country that's letting their children starve, letting the people go without internet. They don't even have access to freedom of speech inside this country, yet he still wants to promote that. And so he's going to call me stupid. Meanwhile, he's seeing what I'm seeing. I'm seeing people suffer. I'm seeing a civilization.
I mean, yeah, it is stupid because I also saw people suffer. But between you and I actually knew what the leading cause of that suffering was. The American oil embargo, the blockade.
And that is depressed, has no hope left in their eyes, and yet he's still advocating for more of that.
He's like the Andy Kirk. His features are too big. That's funny. I'm not stupid. He's stupid. I do think that we now live in a media environment where it just doesn't really matter. Like, as long as someone is just agreeing with your biased narrative, your biased framework, that's it. People just like slot themselves in the camps, and no matter how brilliant someone is, most people will say you're a fucking idiot, you suck, you're violent, whatever.
By the way, if you didn't get that, he's talking about himself. When he's talking about, oh, no matter how brilliant you are, he's talking about himself.
Yeah, that's
Because
pretty true.
people call him violent with his rhetoric. Bro, you are the furthest thing away from brilliant. You're a delusional narcissist. And what is with the lack of self-awareness? People slot themselves into camps. Like you in your echo chamber, you quite literally want to put people in re-education camps. People that disagree with you. So then he says that people are going to virtue signal and try to be
Okay, I have a good idea. I just
making fun of like this guy's ability.
maybe I will.
And no matter how dumb someone is, if they're in agreement with that person, they'll be like, no, he's great.
Great.
He's
Sally,
awesome.
stop.
He's
He's
doing
doing-
God's work. He's doing honest work.
Working.
Nick Shirley is proof of that. Nick Shirley is
Oh,
proof of that
yeah.
because he is objectively medically stupid. Nick Shirley
Really?
has his
Ow.
information suppressed by his literacy capacity. Also, that
That
shut up
shut-
wrong. He never says he's not stupid. He actually kind of recognizes how stupid he is, in my opinion. The next article Fox News is going to print about you is going to be on your ableism. Yeah, we're making the reactionaries
Woke.
one
One
by
by
one, every single day.
Okay.
We're making these unbelievably reactionary, racist, awful people who repugnant politics woke. They're talking about the same people that were like talking about the Wuhan flu or whatever,
Sure,
and
now
talking
talk-
about how I'm like an anti-Asian racist. They're saying hashtag stop Asian hate. That's the RNC's research department, dude.
So you want to start a business. You might think you need a team of people and fancy tech skills, but you don't. You just need GoDaddy Arrow. I'm Walton Goggins, and as an actor, I'm an expert in looking like I know what I'm doing. GoDaddy Arrow uses AI to create everything you need to grow a business. It'll make you a unique logo. It'll create a custom website. It'll write social posts for you and even set you up with a social media calendar. Get started at GoDaddy.com/arrow. That's GoDaddy.com/AIRO.
Bro, you're such a clown. I mean, I can't really take him seriously anytime he calls anybody racist because I've seen what he says. It's funny because he gets a pass for everything, but somebody else says the slightest thing that's edgy and they're like the world's most racist person. And dude, I think it's time to apply the standards to yourself. And he has a point that politics is basically team sports, but a lot of what that guy showed is not even debatable. Like the stuff about fraud, there is ample evidence for that. I mean, your best friend politician also got exposed for conveniently losing like $30 million in valuation or some shit in some company, right? And I don't know, you just happen to ignore fraud and crimes when it's on your side because you don't care. You don't care about crimes. You only care about your side winning. You're the one playing team sports. It's not about justice at all. Chank's nephew isn't brilliant at anything besides lying his ass off and shocking his dog. Nick Shirley didn't finish kindergarten and he's still somehow smarter than his son Diaper. Mr. Eric, back at it again. I was wondering if I'd see you this video, but there you are. Little cockroach on the wall.
Oh,
Hassan speaking facts now, and clearly mugs Nick Shirley. Hassan dressed head to toe in what can only be described as a legendary fit for a legendary man. You are fucking barred from using the word legendary. That is reserved for the series. Bro, how far is it down your throat at this point? Like, how are you speaking when you should be choking? It's truly a marvel. Taylor Lorenz is gonna get jealous at how much you ride his dick eventually, man. I barely talk about Hassan, bro. The rage bait. Outro, can you please explain Uncle Iroh's "Life is a dark tunnel" quote from Avatar: The Last Airbender? So basically the quote is, sometimes life is like this dark tunnel. You can't always see the light at the end of the tunnel, but if you just keep moving, you will come to a better place. A lot of times, you don't know what the future holds, and you feel like everything you're doing is pointless. Like, why am I doing this? Why am I going through this suffering? What is the purpose for this? I don't see the light at the end of the tunnel. But the fact of the matter is, life can only be read backwards. So you only know why things happen much, much later, and you actually have to have this blind faith that everything is going to work out, and that your suffering actually does have an end. And I've told the story a bunch, but when I got Crohn's disease like a few years ago, it was the worst thing that ever happened to me. It was agonizingly painful. I wanted to die, And I wondered, why me, right? Why do I have to go through this unique suffering, right? What is the point of this? And only now, after several years, can I see the benefit. It made me take my health seriously, which completely changed my life. It scared the fuck out of me. I thought I was gonna die, so it made me do a face reveal, which skyrocketed my channel. It also gave me unbelievable resilience and the confidence to tackle any problem life throws at me, right? So you have to believe things will get better. Even if you can't see it right now, you must believe. Shout out Alex for the comment. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.
I want to explain to you why I chose Islam. Everything that I've read about it kind of confirms common sense. Don't just judge me right off the bat because of the propaganda that you've seen online, because that's all BS. See if it truly makes sense to your heart, because Islam, alhamdulillah, is where my heart is at. Every time I'm like, well, maybe it's not. But then I look into it further and I'm like,
maybe you need to look into your Prophet Muhammad marrying Aisha when she was 6 years old and the marriage was consummated at 9. She was a literal child, and he's supposed to be the perfect role model for eternity for all Muslims. Hi, doing this is Sahar TV, and I want you to take a look at this video of this girl who has a Jewish father and a Christian mother, you know, two separate religions in her family, and she chose to embrace Islam. Let's see her reasoning for it, shall we? Let's go.
I want to explain to you why I chose Islam. Hear me out, because I know there's a lot of hate towards it, but that shit is all just propaganda if you actually look into it for yourself. Growing up, half my family was Jewish. The other half was Christian, and I never knew much about the Jewish religion. My dad grew up Jewish, and he knew Hebrew and shit like that, but he never taught me all that. My mom's side was Christian. I did go to Bible school, shit like that. I never could understand it with my heart. Fast forward, I'm beginning my journey on Twitter, or X, whatever you want to call it. And I start preaching things about one God. I start questioning Christianity, and then I have people tell me you should look into Islam. I'm like, okay.
Of course people are going to tell her to look into Islam because Islam is a proselytizing religion. They believe that if you're not a Muslim, then your skin is going to burn in hell again, and then it's going to regrow, and it's going to reburn, and it's going to regrow and burn again and again, and it's just a constant cycle because you're a disbeliever, you're a kuffar. But your father was Jewish. Why didn't you ask him about Judaism? I don't get it. Let's continue.
I do that, right? Everything that I've read about it kind of confirms common sense. One God. Jesus is not divine, because that makes more sense to me. If there is one God, why are we praying to two, such as Jesus? And you.
By the way, Jews believe in that as well. So what's the problem of looking into Judaism? Why go into Islam? Because Islam, you take the Shahada like this, and you're a Muslim. In Judaism, it's a long process. There's a lot of studying. So of course you wouldn't choose that route.
You can correct me if I'm wrong, but it just doesn't logically make sense to me. And Muslims do believe in Jesus. I believe in Jesus, just as a messenger, as all of the other people do. And it preaches that we are separate from God, etc. So I'm like, all right, I can believe in that. It preaches everything you do should be out of your own intention and not from just obeying and shit like that. It teaches you to pursue knowledge. It challenges you to continuously learn more. Where Christianity kind of just makes you stop thinking, in a way. And
but she can't really read the Quran if she's
a path of doing deep research, right?
not supposed to, according.
When Jesus
Same with the Torah Bible.
There was this group called the Ebionites, and they followed Jesus. They were probably 200 plus. They did not believe Jesus was divine. Even 30 years later, they still didn't believe Jesus was divine. But they believed in Jesus' message. So, 200 years later, right? Ish. 200 to 300 years later. I'm not exact. I don't have it right now, me, and I don't have the best memory. Emperor Constantine was in power of a lot. And Paul, I think we all know who Paul is, and Emperor Constantine, they all had a meeting. And in this meeting, they were kind of framing Christianity. They take Paul's ideas of Jesus being divine. And that is now what Christianity is. So forget about the 200 plus people who followed him during his time and even after 30 years later after his time. No, that's all bullshit now. 200 years later, they are now saying that Jesus is divine and to pray to Jesus and you need Jesus for salvation. And we are not born pure, which in Islam we are born pure. Sure. It's due to our own actions as we grow up that determine if we are going to heaven or not. I don't think we need anyone for salvation. We need God. We pray to God. We don't pray to a man or Jesus that was God. That doesn't make any sense to me. And
I don't think she understands that according to Islam, she cannot befriend the Jews and the Christians. So she cannot befriend her family. She cannot befriend her relatives from home because that's what Islam teaches. And that's from the Quran, not from the Hadiths even. She doesn't understand
I feel really
Islam
bad
looks
for
at
her.
Judaism and Christianity as cancelled religions or din batils. And only one religion is the religion of law, din haq. And it is Islam. I don't think her research on Islam was deep enough to realize that Islam is not respectful towards women. She can say it is, and she can say Islam gave women rights during the 7th century, but there is no equality between males and females in Islam. No equality. She has to wear the hijab, a male doesn't have to wear the hijab. Men can marry multiple women, women cannot marry multiple men. A woman needs permission to leave the house from a male mahram, a guy does not, a male does not. Inheritance-wise, if there's a guy in the family, the son is gonna get more than the daughter. There is no equality in Islam for male and females. So it's so bizarre to me that women who live in the West choose to embrace this religion that doesn't respect them.
That's just how religion
By the way,
works.
men can also strike women in 434 in the Quran.
so all I ask is you look into it and
Oh wow, that's a big difference.
continue learning.
101, not enough.
Judging right off the bat because of the propaganda that you've seen online. Because that's all BS.
Oh no, that's
It's all
maybe
BS, right? But she
this
doesn't
one's
know what
no.
happens to you under the law of Sharia or the law of Allah if you
Or
leave
Islam.
Islam, right?
Or
Why don't
60.
she ask these questions? What happens? Does anybody want to tell her? She's going to be executed. She's going to be punished. That is the capital punishment, according to Islam.
So yeah, just pray to God. Watch where your intention is at. Don't just follow something because you're being told to. Look into it. See if it truly makes sense to your heart. Because Islam, alhamdulillah, is where my heart is at. And it continues to
Alhamdulillah is honestly, that's a good,
that it is true.
I might use that. Like
Every
that's
time I'm like, well,
the
maybe
least I have.
But then I look into it further and I'm like,
There's way worse things.
You need to look into your Prophet Muhammad marrying Aisha when she was 6 years old and the marriage was consummated at 9. She was a literal child, and he's supposed to be the perfect role model for eternity for all Muslims. Maybe you should look into the fact that Islam conquered half of the known world. What do you think? People just embraced Islam? No, they went to war with them. Maybe you should look into the fact that Prophet Muhammad never prophesied a single thing. And he's a prophet. People call him a prophet. A person who can read or write is the person who received the Quran. Give us a break. What are you on? When Muhammad was in Mecca, he barely got 150 people to follow him because Islam was all peaceful, right? But if you go towards the later verses of the Quran, which were written during a violent time of Islam, a lot more people converted. You know, Surah 9, Surah 5 are both incredibly violent surahs, and they are written towards the end of the Quran, according to the chronological order. Islam is not a religion of peace. In my opinion, it's not a religion of truth. Islam is a religion of violence. It will execute you if you leave it. Of course, once Sharia is established, it doesn't give you freedom of speech. It most certainly doesn't give you freedom of religion. You have to pay the jizya under Islam. What are you on? What do you want?
confirms. And there's a lot of miracles in the Quran. And yeah. If you have questions, don't hate. Appreciate.
We don't hate, but can you tell us which miracles happened in the Quran? We would love to know which miracles. The Quran is wrong about many things. For example, it says that Jesus was never crucified, despite the fact it was a historical evidence that he was crucified. The Quran also says that the sperm, right, comes between the backbone and the ribs. We all know that the sperm is from the testicles. In Surah 23, verse 14, it says that the bones first emerge, then the flesh coats them. We all know that they both develop at the same time. The Quran doesn't have any miracles. What are you talking about? A lot of it is influenced by the Torah. It was plagiarized by the old scriptures. And in the Quran itself, in Surah 1094, it tells Muhammad, if you're ever in doubt, go and ask the people who got the scriptures before you, meaning the Jews and the Christians. Why does he need to go and ask them? The Quran and Islam are flawed, and it's so sad to me to see these young people falling for the propaganda that Muslims around the world release that Islam is a religion of peace. Islam is a religion of peace as long as you're a Muslim, but if you want to leave it, I want to see that peace. Please, show that to me. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.
If you'd like to watch more of my stuff, please check out my channel down below. If you like what you see, don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel and hit the notification button so you can be notified every time I upload new content. If you'd like to support me and the channel financially, you can do that using Buy Me Coffee or Patreon down in the links below. Also, we now have a Discord that you can join down in the link below. And now you can become a YouTube member and enjoy specific YouTube perks. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video.
WGU has a ton of resources. That really allowed for flexibility for me. I had a bunch of credits and they transferred over, and because we can accelerate, I finished very quickly. With WGU, you can start whenever.
Learn more today. Imagine living in a place where violence is constant.
My name is Tayo Johnson. I was coming from Kogi State, from Kaba. Then some people came to attack us. Yeah, they said,
voice.
the Christian
There have been constant destruction, attacks
This is a Nigerian.
on villages and communities, lives lost, people displaced, land being grabbed.
I feel like what's going on in Nigeria, October 7th, but it's
Imagine living in a place where violence is constant, and the only thing holding people together is hope and prayer. Today, I'm here with the founder of an initiative called A Sound Arises, an initiative bringing people together in unity and spiritual strength in places that are facing constant attacks out there in northern Nigeria. Can you introduce yourself to us, please?
Hello, my name is Judy Bonat. I am the founder of A Sound Arises.
A Sound Arises. How did you come about getting that name, A Sound Arises? Why a sound?
Well, on the 12th of April, I had a leading to kind of put something together based on the happenings that have been happening in Nigeria. Now, maybe some people know out there, or maybe they don't. There have been constant destruction, attacks on villages and communities, lives lost, people displaced, land being grabbed, and people losing their identity. And I happen to be in one way connected to that part of the region. And it pains me that things have changed. And looking around, I've not seen, not heard, except somebody knows out there, where there's been help or a relief or structure put out to reach out to this, to address these issues.
I'm sorry to cut you short. Why does this really, how does this affect you? You're talking about Nigeria, a place. What kind of connection do you have to this place?
Okay, I'll revert back a bit for the first question you asked, why a sound? And because it's been quiet, there's no structure. I've not had where there's a body or help or anyone reaching out to help these people, they need a voice. They need to make a sound. Now, as
Nice.
Sunrises came to me, if you heard that was sound.
87?
Yeah.
Sound can be anything. Can be.
Yeah, that's probably not. But it's not that. Is it? Yeah, it's 60.
If you are in a position where you are kept in a corner, you don't know what to do.
Oh, okay.
You're using all you have. You know, so you're not just using one channel. That sound can
Oh.
be many things. That's how that sound came. These people's voice needs to be heard. Now, come back to what you said. I am connected to that part, obvious, of Nigeria, and I might have been in this country for many years. My heart still yearns when I read, I hear lived experiences of people. It breaks my heart, and I feel the time has come for somebody to speak out, and that is the reason why
Let me see.
you know, I decide to put this initiative together. Get people who have a burden, who carry that pain. You may not necessarily be from that part of the country, but when you have a burden for people, you are empathic. You you feel the pains of others. You definitely want to see how can this be elevated, or how can help be given to this set of people.
So your initiative is about bringing unity and spiritual strength to people in these communities.
Yeah.
How is that helping anyone at all?
Okay, first of all, that unity is bringing people from different backgrounds. It's got nothing to do with denomination. It's got nothing to do with culture. It's got nothing to do with where you believe or where you come from, what you do now. The common denominator there is.
It's very possible.
Pain, the attacks, the loss of identity that people are beginning to have, the loss of property. You know, things that really matter to these people. That's the common denominator. Like you said, how are we?
How is it helping communities?
Okay,
unity
now,
and prayer.
So, what we're doing is bringing people together to pray, bringing people together to give hope and empowerment by the words, to say, listen, we are with you. Listen, we see you, we understand. I've got lived testimonies. I mean, spoken to a couple of people who reached out to me to say, when they heard about the Sound Arises, and said, you are giving me hope. You gave me hope. This is people I don't know.
So basically, it's like you're putting a voice to their pain.
Yes. As a matter of fact, immediately I got that leading to set up the initiative, I set up a platform. That platform was for Southern Kaduna. The response was good. Immediately, just a couple of days, and then people started reaching out to me. Oh, we want this state, another state in the Middle Belt. So we had Jos. Oh, we want this state. We have Benue, and that is it. And the platform is growing. We had our first maiden gathering online to pray for 10 minutes. To pray for 10 minutes only, lifting these communities that are affected. Now, we're not just shooting prayer vaguely. We are naming, listing these communities where these concerns are. That's what we're doing. And I don't know if I should say this. This person came to me and said, you don't know what you're doing. Listen, I am a clergy, and to be honest, we feel as though no one is listening. That's what he said to me. He said to me, when you had the first meeting, I didn't attend because I was at my post. I have a duty to have a fellowship with the people, but I did something. He said, I told the people that day in the service that there's a woman who set up this initiative, and she's put the prayer points on her platform. These are the prayer points. Can we as a church join to pray? He said to me, for 1 hour. I did put 10 minutes. He said to me, for 1 hour we were praying. The people were lifted. The people felt, they are seen and heard. And he said to me, he's got assignments based on this Sound Arises, that I gave him hope to take on grounds, to keep doing what he's doing. bringing hope through the word he shares. So yes,
Okay.
you know, that was an encouragement to me, I have to say, because somebody out there, you know, felt the impact and the purpose in which it was being set.
Yeah, that's beautiful. That means it's like they've been waiting for this moment. They've finally been heard. There's someone out there that's actually standing for their cause. Because I've noticed that in the past few months, maybe about 6-7 months, and maybe there are some longer than that before, we've been seeing posts around, you know, on the internet, and a lot of people have been saying it's fake, of attacks in northern Nigeria and places. We saw one of a pastor calling on Donald Trump for assistance, and a lot of media outlets condemned them as fake. A lot of people said that all of that is propaganda. But you bringing this up right now, it's making me wonder, how long ago do you think all of this violence on the communities in the northern part of Nigeria starts?
Actually, I can't actually put a date to it, and based on what is out there, somebody can hijack a story and make it their own way. But we're not saying there's no element of truth to some of these. There are. So I can't really put a date, but it's happening. It's happening. Real people, real issues, real pain. It is happening.
Okay, I mean, what you're doing right now is really important.
Oh, thank you.
Raising awareness for the whole world to get to know and know that it is actually real. Because when somebody stands for a cause, then people can direct questions to them and see there's actually somebody that's really standing with an organization pushing all of this forward. Now, my question is, how do you intend to make this awareness reach to a wider body? To make it more international, maybe to get more help around the whole world. Do you have anything, maybe do you have any protests? Do you have any events around in the UK where you invite people? Are you being invited to a TV, I don't know, to a TV studio to interview and lay out your cause?
Actually, when I started this initiative, the first thing that came to my mind was to have an event. Now, the event was supposed to be like for women only.
Okay.
That's the first event I thought. I said, oh, okay. The plan was for next year, but my thought was, oh, next year is too far. People are having real pain. We need an intervention. I said, okay, let me do this pilot. So my thought was, let's get women together. Let's start with women first. So then I started reaching out to a couple of women. So hopefully by August, 1st of August, we're planning to have women events, getting all the women organized by women. The event is worship and prayer centered on it. Now, this is I've reached out to a couple of denominations. Now, I'm calling denomination because we worship, you know, some worship differently.
Okay.
Have a way they worship, which is different, but we're all one, having the same concern. So I've reached out to a couple of denominations, written to them, I still waiting to hear back from them, and said this event has got nothing to do with denomination. The pain is real, killings are real, you know, the displacement and all is real, the attacks are real. Please, let's do this together. Now the intention is on that day there will be an avenue where these denominations put forth their own prayer in their own way. It can be spoken, it can be in any way they want to, is prayer. So that's the intention.
So is it like it's just gonna be prayer all through to get a solution? Or is it prayer for now? Because there's some people that I believe in Nigeria that are not spiritual, that feel that prayer is just words and hope. They need something concrete.
Yeah, I know. A couple of you have asked me that. Let me say this. The government has been trying in many ways, and I know they've tried. So I know sometimes people are blaming the government. Let's not blame the government completely, even though they might have part of it. The government has tried its best, and they're still trying, even though we want more. But if you look at the news and what is out there, the security they are supposed to protect the people are also being attacked. A lot of them, if you look at the recent news, killed, displaced, and all that. So there's a feeling out there. So if the people or the system that's supposed to protect the people are also being are also vulnerable, are also attacked, where does it leave the whole situation? Prayer. You've gone physically. So the weapon of prayer is beyond the physical. It's spiritual. It's another form of attack to see, to call onto God, a spiritual being, a supernatural being into this matter. You know, one thing with prayer, you might say, oh, but we're praying, but we can't see anything. It might be gradual, but it definitely hits the spot. Prayer works. I can say that confidently because I've applied it, I've tried it. It works.
I also want to raise another point. So basically, since this has begun, I've never heard or seen any organization out there, you know, pushing a cause forward for the communities that have been attacked in Nigeria. A few people have talked about it on the internet, but no one seems to take it seriously.
Absolutely.
Why is it that this is the first time that something like this is coming from an actual Nigerian raising a voice? In the United Kingdom, there is a massive Nigerian population, but you would not see anyone go out there to go protest for Nigeria. I've seen many of Nigerians go out to protest for other causes, maybe protest for, I don't know, the most popular one that we see around, maybe even Iran, even Palestine, even many protests, even Just Oil. You see them protesting for things like this, but why is it that no one has stood up for Nigeria? Why is now?
Let me say this. Issues like this are very sensitive. I remember when I shared with a friend about this, the person said to me, oh wow, that you're brave to actually want to front this.
Okay.
I also want to say that
the way you see an idea in your mind, the way you describe it to a friend. This is how website creation should be. Expression as natural as thinking. A perfect balance where you and AI build your unique brand together. Let it out. Shape it into something that can only come from you. Fulfill any goal just by saying it. Make it unfold just as you imagined. And bring your business to the world. This is the new way to create. Wix Harmony.
there are people who definitely have real concern about this. Maybe in their own way they are actually helping or they are trying to push it forward. I don't know. I can't speak for them. But what I can say is I'm trying to take this a step further. Making a community statement. There are a group of people out there in Nigeria who are suffering, crying for help. And this is a call to the international community, hoping they will step in to help.
That's beautiful. Thank you so very much for taking out the time to speak with me. I really appreciate it, and I hope maybe in the next coming weeks we can actually have some time to sit down and talk. Maybe I could attend one of your events and see how it all goes.
That would be nice.
But yeah, what you're doing is really powerful because I'm Nigerian as well, and I've seen a lot of the atrocities that are going on. But it's really tough in the sense that when you start talking about things like this, it gets so sensitive. The videos either get demonetized or removed or blocked because all these platforms want solid evidence. But because because I live internationally and I'm not there to actually produce solid facts, it's just allegedly hearsay videos here and there, and I don't want it to be like I'm shooting propaganda. So I'm really happy at what you're doing, and I really support this.
Thank you.
Yeah, so thank you so much for doing this. I really appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
The pleasure's all mine.
Thank you.
All right, guys, you've heard it here first. If you have any questions at all, guys, I'll leave the link, to her accounts, and then you can contact. And if you want to help as well, you can shoot a message straight over to Judy. And yes, guys, you can take it from there. Thank you so much for being here, guys. Love and peace.
Better sleep is simple.
Gaza is at a tipping point.
Labour UK is starting to collapse from the inside, and Starmer's worst nightmare, Keir Starmer, that babbling idiot, is his worst nightmare is starting to come true. Let's take a look at this. This is the Overton window shifting hard. Common sense is coming back.
Oh, what a lovely positive day today, people. You got to laugh, ain't ya, when you see the vote results saying that Labour has just had 263 council seats burned. Starmer, you batty boy. You are well and truly on your way out the door now, you absolute mug. The people you thought wouldn't vote came out in force against you. The Overton window has well and truly shifted from the all-wokerati, green and purple-haired, virtue signalling lefties to us normal right-wing, pro-common sense, anti-woke, anti-DEI, anti-LGBTQ people. Go and have fun scraping the Islam vote in your new outfit. Ta-la!
So today I'm here to show full transparency by telling you all that my latest autumn wardrobe has been donated to me by one of my local community leaders. Don't say anything about it, or I will have you arrested. Thank you and Allahu Akbar.
Nice.
I love it. I
Only
love
one.
to see it. I love to see it. Guys, I would love to be an active participant in the downfall of Labour in the UK. This government has only hurt you. You need to vote them out. In good job. 263 points. Holy crap. UK PM Keir Starmer has lost over 1,303 council seats.
What a night. Keir Starmer has got the kind of spanking that you'd expect to see in 50 Shades of Grey. As I speak, Labour has lost more than 1,300 seats, apparently. They have lost Wales for the first time in 100 years.
Wow.
The Labour First Minister in Wales lost her seat. People just didn't like 20-mile-an-hour speed limits, becoming a nation of sanctuary for the third world.
Her first one that's
Sunderland's gone.
oh, not even
gone. They've lost control of Camden. They've lost Westminster, and I can't think why.
جديد بالقوائم سوف نقوم بإرسال معلومات إضافية إليكم مباشرة. شكرا.
আমরা আপনার জানাতাম স্যার যে ওয়েস্টমিনস্টার কাউন্সিল আমরা হাউজিং রেজিস্টার সিস্টেম
I love you guys. I fucking love you guys. UK patriots. I love you guys, my UK viewers. I fucking love you guys. God, fucking hell yeah, man. Listen, I'm not saying Nigel Farage is the right choice, but he's the only choice you have right now. And making this choice to take away Labour's power is a first step and the right step of many you guys will hopefully take. God bless you guys. God bless you guys, man. Keep on going.
Oh, yeah, maybe it's because they kept advertising free stuff to foreigners who didn't speak our language, and people decided they didn't really fancy any more of that. In Birmingham, they've lost seats to this lot.
Only one independent in Household, and that's Asim Khan. We don't want people who have been with the Labour Party previously, been campaigning against Ayub Khan, now standing as independents. No, we don't want people like that.
Gosh, Labour losing because of mass immigration of people from various different Muslim countries. I mean, why else might Labour have lost out in Birmingham?
Coming to the butcher's door open. Rubbish everywhere. Oh, hello.
Which is good because I heard the Labour actually one of its
sheep looks like a goat.
the one of his its most criticized things that it was it was against immigrants.
Including Tameside, a Labour stronghold.
But this is
47
city election.
Labour MPs, Nadia Whittam, Upsana Begum, Jonathan Brash, Clive Lewis, Ian Lavery, Graham Stringer, and plenty more have called for him to go.
Lower.
Cabinet Minister Ed Miliband has reportedly told him to go. Barry Gardner has called for him to go.
Barry Gardner? Well, I should know. Not even British.
Well, be interesting to get his views in a minute. Okay. The unions have called for Starmer to go. They got a kicking in Scotland. The leader in Scotland called for Starmer to go months ago.
Beautiful.
In Wigan, Labour lost every single seat up for election to reform. There is no such thing now as a Labour-safe seat anywhere in the country. Barry might want to push back on that. Shall we just remind ourselves of what Keir Starmer said before previous elections?
When you lose an election in a democracy, you deserve to. You don't look at the electorate.
It's true, he's actually absolutely right. He has to stick with.
And ask, what were we doing?
Has to stick with. Can't just say that and then only.
He's thinking he'll do the honourable thing. You know, he'll just disappear from public life. Nope.
I'm not going to walk away
That's a flat
from those
issue.
challenges and plunge the country into chaos.
He doesn't want to plunge the country into chaos.
That's fucking rich. You have plunged the country into chaos.
What does he think this is? I don't know. Keir Starmer saying that he's going to stay and fight. It's like Comical Alley, isn't it? Saying that there's no Americans in Baghdad as the tanks roll in behind him. Bombs are falling around everywhere. David Lammy's still putting up a bit of...
Okay, I need to remember that. That's a hard turn if I don't turn.
You don't change
Arms.
the pilot mid-flight. Well, unfortunately for David Lammy, yeah, again, he's made himself look like a bit of an idiot.
Oh, that was
They
not-
do actually swap pilots mid-flight on long-haul flights. In fact, it's a legal requirement. So, there you go. And this is what's happened. For decades, snobby North London human rights lawyer types like Starmer and Lord Hermer have thought they knew how to run a country. Hermer, by the way, looks exactly like Norris from Coronation Street. Has anyone ever spotted that one before? But they've had 22 months. There he is. Look at that. Uncanny.
I can definitely.
Same bloke, isn't it? Anyway, they've had 22 months at it. They've run the country into the ground, and now they've got their rear ends handed to them. They're not quite as clever as they think they are they? But bye-bye, Keir. Time to run off to Davos, where you belong. What?
Fucking God bless. Labour losing Wales for the first time in 100 years. That cannot be underestimated. That is unbelievable. I'm so proud of every single one of you guys that made your voices heard. I know, because I have such a large viewership in the UK, across all parts of the UK. Northern Ireland, Wales, England, Scotland. I hear you guys, and I see you, and I interact with so many of you guys in the comments on Instagram, wherever it be. I know how much you guys appreciate this, and I'm so proud of every single one of you. This is amazing stuff. The slithering Starmer refuses to resign after Labour were demoted across the land.
Well, it's still
Let me be
better.
clear, these are really tough results. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. And we have lost brilliant Labour representatives, people who put so much into their communities, so much into our party.
I'm actually really happy.
And the voters have sent a message about the pace of change, how they want their lives improved. May was elected to meet those challenges, and I'm not going to walk away from those challenges and plunge the country into chaos. It was a 5-year term I was elected to do. I intend to see that through. I am feeling very much for the brilliant candidates, the brilliant councillors, the brilliant representatives that we have lost, because I
Bro,
know
it's
for them,
pretty easy
so much
because I slow down so much and
their life into public service. And so I'm
I
thinking
just need to get it right.
and thinking about what we need to do to rebuild
Very
and
low
to take
tier.
our country forward.
No ground. But that was really good.
How long into Keir Starmer 5-year term is he?
Keir Starmer
That was slow.
No. Guys, no. He cannot serve 4 more years. Very, very dangerous for all of you. He will destroy the UK. He will corrupt.
No, it's very possible. They have a weird election.
The next 5 years.
Or like,
Get the fuck out of there. Keir Starmer refuses to resign amid
there might be an election,
Parliament demanding he quit, following staggering local.
and there's a high chance there won't.
For the leadership, will you stay and fight?
I'm not going to walk away from the job I was elected to do in July 2024.
That was so
Of course
fast.
the results are tough. They're really tough, and I'm not sugarcoating that. We've lost brilliant.
I mean, I'm so happy they got him in power because that he's actually terrible.
So we need to reflect and respond. What I intend to do in coming.
But yeah, isn't he new? There was an Indian guy before. It's actually pretty good.
Cannot return to the status quo, and so I'll be setting that out because I think we have rightly made the argument about the challenges that we faced as a country. We've done not enough to convince people that their lives will get better. So I intend to set that out, but I'm not going to walk away. I'm not going to plunge the country into chaos. I intend to deliver on the mandate that I won in July 2024.
You've already plunged the country into chaos.
Yeah,
Let me remind you, Mr.
good
Starmer,
it's true.
the first things you rushed to do as you were elected.
By the way, it's in UK they hate.
How much that has traumatized.
In UK they hate.
In the last 2.5
They
years,
hate the left and on the right. Of course, the left would rather
London, whether it be Oxford, whether it be
Labour still, but
Glasgow,
they still didn't like him.
Belfast, whether it be Oxford, wherever it be, London, these cities, Birmingham, been plunged into chaos at the behests of.
Okay, I need to do it more
that
straight.
you rushed to do as Prime Minister. As
I
a
need
leader
to
of the UK,
remember though that basic.
one of the first things you rushed to do.
I don't know. I think I should be.
Not quell the violence, not make the city safer. You rushed.
Because there's
to
basically-
recognize the state of Palestine. It's one of the first things you did. That's on your shoulders. That responsibility.
Here,
is
there's
on you and no
a
one else.
jump. Okay, it still wasn't.
Starmer to go and who is still
But yeah, there's a jump, so it
Minister.
should be.
Labour has lost control of more than 30 councils across England, along with around 1,500 councillors, while the party has been reduced to a rump in Wales, with First Minister Iland Morgan losing her seat in Senate. Scottish Labour has failed to make any significant headway against the SNP, with their vote share down the last election in 2021. As of 4 p.m. Saturday, 37 Labour MPs are now.
I want to restore Britain though.
10 calling her to quit as Labour
I want to
leader
go even.
in the last 24 hours. However,
The great yarn of
expressed their support for Keir Starmer.
That's what I think.
Secretary Liz Kendall, who told BBC he is not going to go and he's not going to set a timetable. Keir Starmer has insisted he will not walk away. And here are the MPs that are.
But I mean, they're kind of right. They're not gonna.
This is just what an.
Okay.
You know, I remember when I first came.
Actually, no, they might not be right.
James Cameron.
It's very possible they're right. That
Was it James?
great yarn.
James Cameron? Cameron? Not James Cameron. David Cameron. David Cameron. David Cameron. Right? Yes. Was it David Cameron? British police served the Prime Minister. Yes, David Cameron.
Nice.
Prime Minister. And I remember people were super pissed.
I still need
a
them.
lot of the parties.
Wait, I need a. I want to
that
see.
I was surrounding myself with in the UK at the time. But it has just gone and gotten worse and worse and worse and worse ever since David Cameron stepped down from power. It has just gotten fucking worse and worse and worse since then.
No, it's
The
not.
problem in the UK are the far
I'm
right
the one.
Islamophobia. I will protect mosques at all costs. I don't know
88.
if this is
Okay.
something he actually said.
No, 89.
Probably
Top
not something he
89.
actually said, especially not recently. But if it is, that's fucking shocking. Keir Starmer, you gotta go. You have overstayed your welcome, and you have allowed too many Pakistani and Bangladeshi Islamists into the country.
Yeah, I'm kind of.
Get the fuck out.
Actually,
It's time for the real British patriots to stand
I'll
up.
do it later.
See you guys next one. I love you a long time. Goodbye, clients.
Hey, honey, it's Mom. Did you know if we switch to Verizon, we can get 4 phones for $0 plus 4 lines for $25 a line? Call me back. Me again. That's just $100 a month for 4 lines on unlimited welcome, plus 4 phones, no trade-in needed. Call me. It's Mom, America's best network, Verizon. That's the one we're talking about. I'll send you a text.
Wait, that was weird. Looks like I didn't even touch, like the speed I was going at, basically, like I didn't.
Ladies and gentlemen, today I'm going to be showing you one of the most chaotic, exciting, dramatic, insane, hilarious games of chess that you likely have ever seen in your life. It's currently May 2026, and for the last month and a half, I have a chess protege. His name is Jinxie. He's one of the most popular streamers in the world, and when he started chess in March of this year, he was 100. Like many of you, when you first start, he was atrocious. I also was atrocious when I first started chess.
I believe I was too, but I wasn't at 100.
His ability in under 2
I don't know,
months,
there might be
400 right
coaching.
now. His games are looking very good. But the game I'm
So
going to show
it
you
might be.
today, I don't have any more ways to describe it. This was a game that Jinxie played against the League of Legends streamer Dantes.
I should have.
And the two of them, and Jinxie in particular, is playing a lot of League as of late. Those of you that are into League of Legends know that that tends to weigh on your mind quite a bit, distract you from all of your other responsibilities in life. And these two booted up a game. And what a game it was. Now, we are going to try to learn a few things from this game. We're not just going to laugh until our stomachs hurt. Plus, most of you know
nice.
this anyway. Jinxie opens up with a Karo Khan defense. This is his bread and butter. White plays knight c3 and knight f3.
That's Karo Khan.
At the Grandmaster level, this is known as the 2 knights attack against the Karo Khan defense. At this level, nobody knows that they are playing the 2 knights attack against the Karo Khan defense. It's just white developing with good principles. At this point, black has a couple of options. One of them is to pin the knight to the queen, and the idea is to then put this pawn on e6. You want all your pawns on the light squares, but you don't want to do it right away because this bishop would be blocked. Another option
Okay,
is
it's
to
still a
take
PV.
and then proceed. Another option is to put the knight into the middle of the board, which is exactly what Jinxie does. The drawback of this move, even though these two things attack on e4, is that white can play the move pawn to e5, forcing your knight to move. At master level, this is a variation of the 2 knights, but at this level, Dantes plays knight to e5. Knight to e5 does nothing. There is no threat to this move, but worse than doing nothing, it actually loses a central pawn. And black here should be taking the central pawn, and you can take it with the pawn, you can take it with the knight. Jinxie takes it with the knight, which is fantastic board vision. Here, white plays the move d3, and with black, you can just take the knight. You can also retreat. I don't care which of these moves you do. Now, at this point, with black, your logic should be, I need to develop my knights and bishops. So maybe I play pawn, bishop, castle. Or I develop my bishop and then pawn so I don't block my bishop and castle. Or I offer a trade of knights. Another move that looks like it makes a lot of sense, but actually just straight up loses the game on the spot, and that is not an exaggeration, is the move f6. Pawn to f6 is a very natural move for a beginner. What could be more obvious than kicking the knight out of your position, which the opponent very promptly obliges. The move f6, and the way you avoid mistakes like this for yourself, and the way you punish mistakes like this in the future, is you are always, always, always looking for checks. And queen to h5 check is easy to spot as
Hey guys, I'm gonna be back.
It's a lot of
Bye.